In describing the night sky, the great American author, poet, and philosopher Henry David Thoreau once wrote,
"When I consider how, after sunset, the stars come out gradually in troops from behind the hills and woods, I confess that I could not have contrived a more curious and inspiring sight."
It's a genuine sentiment most of us can relate to, because who hasn't, at one time or another, thoroughly enjoyed looking skyward to gaze at the moon, or seek out a constellation like the Big Dipper, or better yet, to simply make a wish upon a shooting star. For some, including members of the Spokane Astronomical Society, stargazing, while fun, is a serious pastime.
The Spokane Astronomical Society was founded by 1932, so this is our at least 80th year. We're just a group of amateur astronomy buffs and enthusiasts. We do public star parties, especially for schools and church groups and so on. We'll set the telescopes up and show deep sky objects, typically planets if any are up.
Until 2 years ago, stargazing here in the inland Northwest had always been an outdoor activity that relied heavily on cooperation from Mother Nature. That all changed with the arrival of a state-of-the-art planetarium as part of a brand new science building on the campus of Spokane Falls Community College.
A planetarium is really just a way to show the heavens, show the sky in the comfort of a room. You don't have to worry about the weather. And so with the flip of a switch, there's two things we can do. We can show the live sky, and that just shows where planets are, stars are, constellations. And we can also show full dome movies over the entire surface of the dome, which is new with the digital planetariums. It's a bit rare to have something like this at a community college. Several years ago, when they were planning a new science building, they put together a committee and asked us, what do you want in the new building? And I raised my hand and said, like a planetarium. They kind of laughed. But the faculty and the administration got behind it, and it just took off.
It did indeed. Following the initial idea, the planetarium at Sfcc went from concept to reality in 6 years, thanks in large measure to the vision of not only John Whitmer, but the school's Dean of Computing, Math, and Science, Jim Brady.
It's one of those things where you look like a genius in hindsight. The vision, I think from our end, the vision never really changed about what we'd hoped it would be. Some parts of it are paid for with the state money. The floors, the walls, to some extent the chairs, because we do teach in there. But the features that were unique to making it a planetarium, the projector in the dome, we worked with facilities and our students and our foundation to find the right balance of public and private funds to make it a reality. The challenge, I think, with any project like this is maintaining the continuity and sharing the vision, especially since there was a balance between the planetarium as a teaching facility and the planetarium as a public venue. How do you arrange the chairs? How do you teach? Where's the whiteboard go? Keeping that balance was probably the biggest challenge, but I don't think it could have gone much better.
Complete with a spectacular stained glass window in its lobby, created on campus by art professor Kurt Madison and his students, the Spokane Falls Community College Planetarium would officially be named and open to the public in the spring of 2011.
The name EOS comes from the student body, actually. The student government, back when we were raising money for the planetarium, made a very generous donation of $200,000. And as a gesture of our gratitude, we let them name the planetarium. And they ended up coming up with Eos, which is the Greek goddess of the dawn.
Since its grand opening, the Eos Planetarium has proven its worth, not only as a teaching facility, but as a bridge to the community as well.
Pardon my language, but we teach a kick-butt astronomy course. Fills within the hour. Every quarter we offer it, and we run a full slate of astronomy courses in there.
It's a great teaching facility. Before, I had to wave my hands a lot when I'm talking about motions in the sky, talking about how things orbit, and now I can just flip a switch and you can see it, and students love it.
The second thing we do with it is we make the planetarium available for free K-12 shows. And the whole idea is we want to inspire. We want to get kids excited about science. We want them to see the cool part of science instead of just starting with the stuff that goes on a test. And the third thing we do with it is we want it to be a venue by which a community college could be truly part of the community. So every Friday night during the school year, we do public shows.
For a typical public presentation, we start with about a half an hour of, we call it What's Up in the Sky. And so we take a look at, as soon as it gets dark, what can you first see, where are the planets, where are the stars, And then the other half of the show is a full dome movie. We have 4 different movies on different subjects, and they're rendered to display over the full surface, kind of like an IMAX. The high definition is nice. We were able to get the HD system, which has 2 projectors instead of 1, and that, of course, just increases the resolution and makes it more sharp.
Judging by the interest of students young and old, as well as the number of tickets sold for its weekly public shows, it's safe to say the Eos Planetarium at Spokane Falls Community College has been a big hit. Yet for a school administrator like Jim Brady, there's more to the success of the planetarium than full classes and ticket sales.
Well, the whole part of it is, if you watch movies, if you watch sitcoms on TV, occasionally there's a tendency to see a community college as kind of this refuge for those who couldn't. You know, the second choice, the alternative choice. But especially these community colleges, there's quality education here. So the way I look at this is, in a way, I'm kind of a used car salesman. And this is the one that draws them to the lot. But then there's a dome on top of it. And to be honest with you, it's there to be an icon, to draw attention and to really reinforce that message that a community college is a college. So yeah, we're actually kind of proud we've got not just the dome, but we got it on the front yard.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.